Oh, I'm sorry. Adrian, can you record it like horizontal? Cool. Thank you. Thanks, bro. All right. Okay. December 21st, 2018 was the day I went to go visit one of the 7 wonders of the world in Machu Picchu in Peru. Cusco is a city with many different cities and many different cultures from the natives of Incas. Incas were the people who lived in Machu Picchu. Wouldn't you want to learn one of the 7 wonders of the world? There are many of them, but I was honored and privileged to go and visit it myself and see it with my own eyes. Throughout this speech, you will have a greater knowledge of the city of Cusco and know the sacred city of Machu Picchu, and lastly, what the future of this touristic scene has. First, we will discuss where is Cusco and what the origins of the city and what is important things you should know before entering the city. So, first things first. Before you can even get to Cusco, you have to arrive to Peru, and the capital of Peru, which would be Lima. And after you get to Lima, you have to take a whole separate flight plane to even reach Cusco. Since Cusco is a very small city, there's only certain planes that can even arrive there. This is why they have to, the people who want to go visit that place, they must take a flight to Lima first, which is the capital city. According to Nelson Kent, Cusco is located in the Andes Mountains, which is located today in southern Peru. It sits on high mountains at elevations of 11,100 feet above sea level. And due to this condition, once you get there and once you get off the plane, you might be really lightheaded due to the elevation. Your lungs aren't used to it, your head isn't used to it, and so they recommend you to take this pill right after you had to get the pill in Peru, and you take it, and when you get there, you won't feel anything. Because if you don't, and I've seen people who get off the plane and they throw up, and it's disgusting because their body isn't used to how thin the air is up there. And this is an overall view of how Cusco looks today. This is the main city that people live in. They don't live obviously in Machu Picchu, but they live in this city, which is in the area of Machu Picchu. The city of Cusco was, quote, "The city of Cusco was a place of nobles to live during the Inca Empire. Commoners did not live in the city. The most important people that lived in the city were the emperor in a huge palace and the family and his queen," according to Nelson Kent. So, when the Inca Empire was still a thing and the people and the civilization of the Incas were still here, Cusco was the main palace. This whole thing was a huge palace for the king and the emperors, and all the noble people and the priests would live here in Cusco. That's a very, a fact that people get confused. People think that the emperor and the priests and everyone lived in Machu Picchu, but in reality, they actually live in Cusco. Cusco is a beautiful city in itself, and there are many temples and sacred towns in which you could visit. After you arrive at Cusco, now you're able to take a train into the city of Machu Picchu. That's actually a picture I took when I was there, and those are the streets in Cusco, and the streets are very narrow. As you can see, you could only fit like 1 car, so traffic is horrible. Never take a taxi there. I recommend you to walk, but you will be dead, because you take 2 steps, and like I said, the oxygen is very thin, you'll be gassed, so just keep that in mind. So after you arrive to Cusco, you have to take about a 4-hour bus ride to reach the train station, which will take you to the sacred city of Machu Picchu, one of the 7 wonders of the world. This train ride is a total of 2 hours, but it is a beautiful scenery that you get to see the mountains, and you're literally surrounded by mountains. It is so beautiful. You get to see wild llamas just roaming around the field, alpacas, and actually, fun fact that people could actually hike throughout this whole trail. Instead of taking the train, you could hike all the way up to Machu Picchu, which will take a total of 4 days. If you're down, go ahead. But since I was with my mom, it didn't work out. So once you get there, you get off the plane and you get to arrive to this, you go up the stairs and you arrive, this is the main entrance going into the sacred city of Machu Picchu. But what people are amazed of Machu Picchu and why people want to go is many architects are not confused, but they are amazed of how this beautiful construction was, how these rocks fit perfectly. There was no knives, there was no grinder to cut the woods, and all these rocks fit perfectly in each other. And once you get to the top, this is a beautiful scenery that you get to see, and this is the main picture that you see on the internet when you look up the 7 wonders of the world. So some of these are the temples that you see right here. These were all constructed by the Inca Empire, and some rocks are really huge. As you can see, just to imagine how these people would carry these big rocks in such high elevation, and how they wouldn't even gas out, and they constructed these beautiful temples and homes just with full solid rock. You can't even fit a paper between these rocks because they're like perfectly fit together. Another main point would be that the native language when you go up there is Quechua. Due to the Spanish conquistadors that came, Peru's original language is Spanish. But the natives of Machu Picchu and of Cusco was Quechua, and that was the language that the natives would speak. That's the language that natives would speak, and that's it. Lastly, Machu Picchu and Cusco are very beautiful cities and breathtaking places in which many people all over the world come to visit these places. Lastly, I'll inform you the future of this touristic scenes that you'll visit. They have found that this beautiful scenery is sliding off. There is a huge landslide that might occur any second. I didn't get the picture, but going down this side right here, there's the river that goes all the way down to the Amazon. Not sure what it's called. Forgive me. But, so any second, this civilization and this beautiful construction could just fall off the mountain. Scientists have said that they have found that the land is sliding down at a rate of about 1.4 inches a month. Scientists said that it is quite fast and it might cause a major landslide, according to BCC News. And the many solutions have arose due to this. They have actually hired the prices to even go to Cusco, and they are limiting the people to go and visit this beautiful place. When you're down here, you are literally like ants going down there because there's so many people and you're like walking in this tight little trail. So their solution would be to cut the visitation people to come. To wrap up this speech, oh shoot, okay, no worries.